Hey guys, Salvatore Sermi here with another tutorial on pixelloaf.com. Today I'm going to teach you how to create a Photoshop action. It's very simple to do. Photoshop actions are really great because they speed up the work process depending on the type of projects that you're working on. Now for me, that I like to touch up photos all the time and give different effects to them, I like to create Photoshop actions because if there's a certain effect that I did prior to an image and I want to add that particular effect to another photo that I'm working on right now, I just simply find my Photoshop action that I created and I would implement that effect just by clicking on my Photoshop action and hit play. And I'll show you how to do that right now. The first thing we want to do right to get started is basically let's create a new set. So to do that, we're going to click on this little arrow key here on the top right hand corner. Now for those of you that don't have your actions palette open, you would go to Windows and click on Actions. So let's click on the little arrow here, and the first thing we want to do is create a new set. So I'm going to call this Elegant Blur. Click OK, and then we're going to go back to that, and we're going to click on New Action. Now, I'm not going to change the name of the action. I'm going to leave it at Action 1. But whatever I record, as soon as I hit the record button, it's going to put it into my Elegant Blur group folder. So I'm going to leave all the settings the way they are. I'm going to click on record. Now, whatever process I start from here on, anything that I would do to this image, it's going to automatically record every step of the way. So I'm going to duplicate this layer, and I'm going to go to my filters, blur, Gaussian blur. And I'm going to leave the settings at 17.6. Okay, I'm going to click OK. Now, if you noticed here in my actions palette, it automatically puts together what I just did, giving this effect, giving this image a blur effect. So now I'm going to go into Edit, Fade Gaussian Blur, and I'm going to click on Multiply. And I'm going to click OK. And you can see that it also recorded that step as well. Now this is a bit dark, so what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to drop the opacity down a little bit. Now once I start dropping the opacity down, you're going to start to see here in the actions palette that every time I would go, and you can see here that it set a current layer for the different levels that I'm dropping the opacity to. So I'm going to drop this down to about 70%. Okay, and that looks really good to me. And now let's say I want to give this a nice color tone. I'm going to go into my images, adjustments, hue and saturation, and I'm going to click on colorize, and I'm just going to bump up the saturation a little bit, and I'm going to bring up the hue. Maybe I'll give it like a nice, since she's underwater, I'll give it a nice blue effect right here. Bring up the saturation a little bit more, and I'm going to click OK. Now, once I'm done with my effect or whatever manipulation I want to do to my image, all I would do is just click on stop. Now, the good thing about this is that if I keep looking at the photo and I want to add something else to this, but I want it to be recorded and I want to keep it in the same group that I've created or set that I've created, all you would have to do is click on record and it'll automatically start where it left off, and you can just keep going on enhancing your photos. So that's pretty cool. So now that that's recorded, you don't have to save your actions. It automatically saves into your external actions folder. So that's pretty cool as well. You don't have to go in and save anything. So let's scrap this project right here. Okay, and let's reopen a cool image here. Let's see, I'm going to reopen that image again. Let's click OK. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see what's going on. Now, if I want to give that effect to this photo all over again, I would click on the little arrow key here on my Elegant Blur group folder, click on Action 1, and just hit play. And there you have it. It automatically gives it the same exact effect. Now, you can do this to multiple images at the same time, but that's in another tutorial that I'll put together for you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.